Please, if you're not paying attention, you will distract others. Just mute your microphone. After the class, you can ask your questions and we'll attend to all your questions. So once again, welcome to a graphics design class. So I will start the first by saying that just hold on. Just hold on 1 minute. I'm going to end the share button and restart. Just 1 minute. Let me stop the sharing of screen.
Just this thing, yes.
Just 1 minute, just hold on. I'm on it. I'm on it, just 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Oh, please, join us, please. Mute your microphone, please. Join us. Do well to mute your microphone, please.
Instruction. Let's mute our microphone.
Mute your microphone. This class is being recorded, please. Mute your microphone. This class is recorded. Mute your microphone, please. If you're joining us, kindly mute your microphone, please. I beg of you, so you can proceed, please.
You see, asking.
You can just mute everybody. Let the admin just mute everybody, because if you keep saying they should mute, those people will not mute their mics.
Okay. Now let's see how we can navigate this and.
Oh, please, the admin should mute everybody so we can go on.
So if anybody talks now, I'm going to mute the person. If you want to talk, please indicate. I'm muting everybody now. So please just bear with me so you can have it.
Sir, please can you please open that graphic uses again? I want to see something about it.
Yes, I will open it again. I'm just trying to mute everybody now so that we can have a free flow.
Please, if anybody refuses to mute his mic, remove the person from this group.
Okay. All right, so can you see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up on the comment section. If you see my screen, you don't need to speak, please. All right, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Thank you. So
going on and switching on and switching off.
can you see my screen now?
Yes.
No, I can't see it.
Screen.
Huh?
Graphics design.
I can't
Yes.
see it. Oh, I'm not seeing it.
I can see it. It's
Okay. All right, so thank you, please. Mute your microphone now. Let's start. So, mute your microphone, please. I want to beg of you. This class is recorded so that when you want to have a reference to it, you will enjoy yourself also. All right? Hello? Hello?
It's not steady. It comes and goes. It's not steady.
Marianne, can you hear me?
On the screen.
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. I'll get it back.
Just please try to get it back, please.
Pack all of them inside our bag.
All right, can you see my screen now?
Yes. We can see it
Yes.
starts now.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not seeing the screen.
Instructor for graphics design. And the first thing we need to learn today is what is graphics. If you see this now, it simply means that graphics design has to do with uses of text and images to convey a message to an audience. Using of text and images to convey a message to an audience. Let's proceed. So we have about 8 fundamental types of graphics design. About 8 fundamental types of graphics design, which I'm going to introduce you to today. Number 1 is what we call visual identity graphics design. Visual identity graphics design. So this type of design has to do with brand identity, which has to do with how the organization communicates its personality. Example has to do with MTN. All these big brands we are having, MTN, Glo, they have a brand identity that whenever you see MTN logo, you will know. Whenever you see MTN color, you will know. MTN is identified with yellow color. Glo is identified with green color. So that has to do with what we call visual identity graphics design. Number 2, we have what we call marketing and advertising graphics design. Marketing and advertising graphics design. So this particular type of design has to do with graphics work that it is artistic, and the aim is to advertise a product, is to advertise a service, is to advertise a brand. So you can see from the example, we have cars that are being branded, we have posters that are being branded. So we call this kind of graphics marketing and advertising graphics design. The third one is called user interface graphics design. User interface graphics design. So when we're talking about user interface graphics design, we are talking about your ability to create designs that will help a user to be able to navigate an interface or a UI or UX. So the user experience and user design has to do with they call this either they call it UI UX. UI means user interface, UX means user experience. So we have some good people, professionals who just based on designing of user interface or user experience. That's the third one. And the fourth one is what we call publication graphics design. So you can do it designing for publication, textbooks, journals, monograph. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good. Fifth one is called. The 4 is publication graphics design. It has to do with textbook, monographs, and so on. It's on the screen. The 5th one has to do with packaging design. When you're doing designs for packaging. So they call this one packaging graphics design. That's the 5th one. The 6th one has to do with motion graphics. That means a design that you do that has some kind of animation is called motion graphics. It comes with animation. And the 7th one is called environmental graphics design. Design you do for a company trying to give details, give warnings, give meaning. Like this is an example of an environmental graphics design. There are people who leverage on just this. Let me just stop here by talking about art and illustration for graphics and design. Art and illustration. You want to do a mock-up. You want to do a display of your good, how it's going to look like. You want to do the artistic finishing, so you can leverage on art and illustration for graphics and design. All right. If you have your pen and your paper, I like going this way. Can write this down. Very, very important. Tips. Very important tips you must not play with when doing your design. I'll just give you 5 fundamentals of graphics design. 5 fundamentals of graphics and design. 5 fundamentals of graphics design. Are we together? 5 fundamentals of graphics and design. These are things that you don't need to play with. If you take anything for granted, you don't need to take these things for granted. Get it at your fingertips. Number 1 has to do with typography. So when we are talking of typography, we are talking about handwriting. Let me bring it to a layman terms. Handwriting. Typography is the same thing as saying handwriting. People have different kinds of handwriting. We have straight handwriting, we have cursive handwriting, coffee handwriting, and so on and so forth. So from this picture, if you look at this picture very well, you will see that there are different types of typography there, which is on the screen. So it has to do with your font, can be your font type, can be your font style, can be your font type. So a combination of this is known as typography. It is very, very important. The next thing you need to take at your fingertips, very important when you want to dive into graphics and design, has to do with color. Color is very important. In fact, color is, you cannot do without colors when it comes to design. You have to learn how to play with colors. You need to learn how to combine colors and bring out an appealing design. If your color combination is not appealing, your design also will not come out well, not come out nice. So you can see this kind of color samples. We have primary colors, we have secondary colors, we have tertiary colors. Primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. For example, blue is a primary color. You see red is a primary color. Orange, or you call it yellow, is a primary color. We have secondary colors, green, and so on. So the secondary color has to be a combination of 2 or more primary colors will give you the secondary colors. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, we are following.
Very important when design. When you're doing your design, it's very important to understand how to play with your colors. Very, very important how to play with colors. And the concept of color combination is that if your background has a dark color, your foreground should have a light color. That means If your background is very dark, the text you are going to use should be white, should be very light, should have a color that shines, should have a color that will come out, that will be catchy. But if your background is light, that means your text, your foreground should carry a deep color so that it will be able to contrast and the beauty of your design. Now, the third one has to do with background. All right? Background. So when you're doing your graphics, you have to know how to combine. The first one was what? Typography. The second one has to do with color. The third one now has to do with background. Background is a combination of colors and objects, shapes. You just put them together to give you background. It can be a combination of lines and shapes to give you a background. So this is an example of a background here. As dark as this background is, that means that the text I'm going to put on the foreground of this background will be a lighter text so that it can blend very well. While the lighter part, I'm going to put a deeper color on it to blend very well. So background is very important when you're doing your design. You have to choose the right background that will fit in, that will come out and look amazing. All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is element. I've talked about typography. That's the style, the text type. Typography. I've talked about color. I've said that for your color combination, it should be lighter. I've talked about background. I've also talked about background, that your background should, if it is a dark background, it should be something appealing. It should have a sense. It should not contrast with text. So if your background also is dark, your text should be lighter. So the fourth one I want to talk about now is the elements. Element has to do with lines. Element has to do with colors. Element has to do with, so a combination of lines, colors. It can be icons. Element can be icon, can be shapes, can be lines. So combination of all these gives you what we call element. It can even be space. The space you put on your design is known as an element. So it's very important how you can play around with your space and how you can play the sizes, how you can play around with texture, how you can play around with color, line, and shapes. This gives you elements. And finally, like I used to say, even if you don't know how to, you don't know much about color, you don't know much about typography, you don't know much about most of these things I've said, the last thing that is very important is that you need creativity. You need creativity. For example, the softwares we'll be introducing you to are softwares that just require creativity. Some of them are just like AI softwares, ready-made designs. All what you need to do is creativity. Ability to think. That's what I call creativity. Ability to think. And so when I'm talking of creativity, I discovered that everybody has creativity because everybody can think. So, but your ability to think on the right path is very important. And that's why I don't take my introductory class for granted. It's very important because if you get this at the back of your fingertips, you'll be sure that you are good to go. You'll be doing amazing designs. You come out, you stand out, and you'll be proud of yourself. So a quick recap: the concept of graphic design is introduction. For you to have good designs, appealing designs, you must understand your typography. Text, size, type, style. Text, type, style, and size. Very important. The second one is color. I've said this, write it down. If your background has a dark color, a deep color, your foreground should come with a lighter color. If your background has a lighter color, your foreground color should have a deeper color so that it will not contrast. Color is very important. You need to know how to play with different variants of color. It's very important. The next one is background. You need background in your designs. You need background. It makes your work to stand and come out. And the third one is elements. You need to learn how to combine text, textures, spaces, sizes, lines, shapes, and spaces to make your work to stand out. Alignment and so on. They are known as elements. Icons, these are elements. You need to understand these things. And lastly, you need to have what we call creativity, ability to think. Ability to think. You can think, you can implement. If you can think, you can act. All right. So creativity is very, very important. All right. Are we good? So let's quickly do a recap. I don't know who are those that are talking. Can see that just. Are we together?
Yes.
So who can just give us a recap so that I'll be sure of what I've just been saying all this while? Who can give me a recap?
We talked about the 5 important tips for fundamentals of graphics, such as typography.
Who is speaking? Who is speaking? Okay, thank you very much. Please just bring out your voice. I love this. Please go ahead.
Okay, important tips on graphic design. Number one is typography.
Typography,
and
good.
Typography has to do with font type, font style, or simply put in a layman's understanding, handwriting.
Great.
The second one is color. Color design must be appealing. The color must be very appealing.
Great.
And we have concept of a color combination. If your background is dark, then you have to use a shiny foreground.
Thank you.
If the background is shiny, then you use dim color.
Good.
Then the third one is background. And
Correct.
Background has to do with combination of lines and shapes. The fourth one is elements.
Right.
Elements is a combination of lines, size, icon, space, and shapes.
Okay.
And the fifth one is creativity. And creativity is ability to think.
Ability to think. Ability to think. Oh, I wish I can let them clap for you. Let's clap for Ezenwane Doris. I hope I've not personalized your name. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so now what are we going to use to do our design? Please pay attention to this. Even if you've not designed before, if I say let us design now, you're going to design. It's as simple as that. I'm not trying to say too much, but I'm very serious. By the time I open you to the tools, even if this night I said you should design, you'll be able to come with something and you'll be like, wow, am I the one that I've been able to design this? But please, those 5 tips I gave to you, hold it dearly. Hold it dearly. Your typography, your color, your background, your elements, and ability to think. Hold it dearly. If you can just think, and I'm rest assured this night, you can bring out a very good design. So what are we going to use to do our design? Number one, we're using Canva. Canva. I think I'll need to type on our text on the group for those that may not be able to spell it. Let me just type it. So we'll be using Canva. C-A-N. Okay. I'll just type on the group. Canva.
Sorry, sir, we can't see your page. You can't see your page.
It's on the group. It's on the group. Canva. I've typed it. Canva. Can you see now? Can you see now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
We can't see it though.
The second one is called
Okay.
the second one is called CorelDRAW. 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 Are we together? So by the time we start with the first one, even if you have never designed in your life before, by the time I just introduce you to that software, you will be able to design. It's as simple as ABC. Because this software is just like an AI. That means artificial intelligence. There are 1001 designs. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me say this. The issue with the admin muting you is that you won't be able to unmute yourself again. That's just the issue. So I'm seeing some people coming to tell me that they cannot talk. You cannot talk because I've muted you. So if I mute you until I unmute you, you won't be able to talk. So I would have preferred that when you come online for the classes, you just mute yourself on your own. So that at some point, if you need to call my attention, you can just unmute yourself and just call my attention. Is that okay? So please, the next class, just mute yourself on your own. If I mute you, that means you can't talk till the end of the class. All right, so like I said earlier, I said we're using two tools, basically two tools to design. In fact, on a very good day, if I say let's stop this class here and I want you to design, you will design. It's as simple as that. But I don't want you to rush into design. I want to beg of you. I always beg people about the introductory class is the most important class. Your ability to understand handwriting, which is your typography, your ability to understand colors, the concept of colors, your background color is dark, your foreground will be light. The ladies will appreciate this very well. For a guy, if you want to wear clothes and look presentable, if you're wearing a dark trouser, what kind of shade will you wear? White shade. Abi? Am I together?
Yes.
If you're wearing white trouser down, that means your background is black. You need to find a color that will, make you stand out. White will be fine, yellow will be fine. What should be color that will make you stand out? So that's the concept. So you must understand your typography, handwriting. You know that some people's handwriting, when they give you their book to read, you cannot read because the handwriting is not clear. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. So it's very important that you get a clear handwriting that you look and say, I love this handwriting, it's fine. But if you go and use handwriting that is not fine and you are saying handwriting is handwriting, that means some of your design will not be appealing. People will just sit and say, hey, it's not fine. All right? So it will be nice you understand this concept. You understand the concept of first, like I said, typography, handwriting. Secondly, color is very important. Thirdly, background is very important. Fifth, elements, very important. And above all, just promise me you can think. If you can just promise you can think, then you can design anything as far as you can think. This software I'm going to introduce you to, you will go and see millions of design, ready-made design. So all what you need to do is just to think. You don't kill yourself again over the design. It's already designed for you. All what you need to do is just think and say, okay, can I remove this, and put my own? As simple as that, you're good. Think. The other software will require you to do everything on your own. So the first software, which is Canva, you will not do it. In fact, most things you won't do on your own. You just go and carry the one ready-made. Come and put your own things. That's all. You download. You are a great designer. In fact, the person that designed, they've already designed for you, put colors for you, wonderful colors, wonderful effects for you, free of charge. All what you need to do is just to apply thinking. When you think, you know what to remove and what to replace. You download, boom, you have become a great graphics designer. But the other one, you have to do everything on your own. You have to know the text, you have to know the color, you have to know everything on your own. Is that okay? So it's very important. So the two softwares we'll be using for these classes has to do with number one, Canva. Number two is CorelDRAW. So what I want to say tonight is that tonight was meant for an introductory class. We've known ourselves. We have promised ourselves we are going to do this class. What I want you to do now is to go to Play Store, or you call it Google. Google. If you're using iPhone, just go to where you get iOS applications. If you're using Android phone, go to Play Store Type in Canva. I've typed it there on our chat. Type Canva. You will see it. It will display. Let me see if I can just show you Canva on my screen. Let me share my screen. Let me open it here. All right, so I'm going to share it so that those that may have issues will just easily maneuver it and get it. So I'm going to share my screen now. You will see. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
No. Yes.
Great. So yeah, so this is Canva. When you come to this Canva, everything has been designed for you. Color, they have done all the thinking for you. You don't need to kill yourself. Don't kill yourself for any design. Just come straight here, remove what you want to remove, and add what you want to add. Tricky now. Is that okay? So how do you start? When you open that Canva, the first thing they will tell you to do is to create account. Create account. So all you need to do is just to put your email address. Shikina, you have created account. It's as simple as that. You go to Canva, you create account, put your email and password, you're good to go. When you log in, you can do 1001 design. So let me just see if I can go through it. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
These are several designs I've done in the past, and the ones I'm still here to do, so many of them, and some that are still there. All what you need to do is just to go straight. Bam! Change whatever you want to change. Add whatever you want to add. So Canva will just require you creativity, thinking. Finish. You're good to go. You can design anything. You can design for company. You can design for organization. You can design for government, and so on and so forth. Are we good? Now, let me show you the second software. The second software we are going to use is called CorelDRAW. CorelDRAW. I'm going to end this one, so I'm going to share the CorelDRAW screen. The second software we're using is called CorelDRAW. And for you to get CorelDRAW, it's very simple. In Nigeria here, I'm very sorry, I don't want, if you're a police officer, please don't come and arrest me. But I think in Nigeria here, most of the softwares we are using are all cracked softwares. And so because of that, it's very cheap. You can go and buy CorelDRAW 100 Naira. If you price very well, you can buy 50 Naira. If you even price very, very well, you can buy it for 20 Naira.
Mr. Emmanuel, this is your joke too expensive.
It's not too expensive. So, what I'm saying in essence, just carry your laptop, go to any computer place, tell them install CorelDRAW for me. All right? They will install it. No matter how expensive it is, it should not pass 1,000 Naira. Is that okay?
Yeah.
No matter how expensive it is, it should not pass how much? 1,000.
Okay. Correct.
All right. Yes, because I know some people have to make profits. They may not be like me that is doing three things. Some may want to do profit.
Mine for 3,000.
They installed mine for 3,000.
Oh, yours was 3,000.
Yes, sir.
It's very expensive. You can go, in fact, go and buy it. It is not more than 200 Naira in the market. Tell them to sell it for you 200, at most 500. Then, I don't know what happened that I was not born in Igbo community. They said I'm an Igbo man. So, if I'm to do it, I will go and tell you, sell me software 500 Naira. I now carry my software and give you 500 Naira, you install it for me. Won't that be a fair deal? Fair deal. Because the person that installed for you for 3,000, he will still keep the software and install for every other person again. Most of our softwares here are pirated, except you're maybe in Lagos Island. You begin to see these guys coming to your offices and be asking you, who gave you the software? Let us see the registration, the rest. Boy, all these are our axes. We are living a very free life. All right, so go to any computer shop, tell them to install CorelDRAW for you. When they install for you, then you're good to go. That means that you can now design with CorelDRAW also. All right, you can also design CorelDRAW. So I'm going to show you how CorelDRAW looks like. Let me share my screen so they can see how CorelDRAW looks like. And mind you, we have elapsed our time for the class. The class is supposed to last for just 1 hour because the people I'm seeing in this class are all excellencies, big men and big women. I cannot come and stress you. So the class is supposed to be just 1 hour only, but we have passed 1 hour. I'm very sorry about that. I will soon wrap up. So this is CorelDRAW. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is CorelDRAW screen. This is CorelDRAW. This is how it looks like. And when you get it, you open it and you just play around with it. And you know that you are good to go. All right? So at this point, today was introductory class. At this point, I want to stop here. What I want you to do is that as we are doing this class now, is for those that are using phone, install your Canva. If you're not using phone, you can see download it on your system. Canva is on the chat. Canva. Tomorrow, install your CorelDRAW and keep. Our design class starts tomorrow. So from tomorrow, you'll be designing. There's nothing like, sir, we just started yesterday now. I cannot design. I will take you to Canva, choose any design you like, and change it. That's as simple as that. Simple as ABC. You may not believe me, but when you start doing it, you believe what I say. And if you don't believe me now, by the time you start it, you go and apologize and say, I'm very sorry. I did not believe you. Okay. So I'm opening the floor now for question and answers. Question and answer. I've seen people raising their hands up. I'm going to allow them to speak. So go ahead and speak now. Queen Stasia, you can speak. Yeah. Go ahead, please. Ngige, I'm going to allow you to speak. Go ahead and speak. Ngige. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Welcome, sir.
Yes, I have a question.
Sorry, before I was demanding for your screen. Before you muted me, it was your screen I was demanding for, not for you to.
Mute you. I'm very sorry about that. Okay. Who wants to ask a question?
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead and ask.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the wonderful introduction.
All right.
And I really appreciate that introduction. So my question is that, sir, are we going to be using Canva mobile or Canva on a laptop?
Okay, thank you very much.
That's my first question.
Okay.
The second question is that I think while we are doing the webinar, the onboarding this morning, I thought that you said that you promised to send us a kind of a pictorial guide to make use of that WootLab website.
Okay.
Are you getting me, sir?
Okay.
Because when I tried to assess it this evening, I saw something like assessment.
Yes.
I don't know if something I can start, but I believe that we have to start lecture first before doing assessment.
Okay, thank you very much.
When are we expected to be making use of that particular WootLab site?
All right, thank you very much. That's a very good question. Number one, we'll be using both Canva mobile or desktop Canva. Now, one thing I like telling people is that don't allow anybody who is using desktop to intimidate you. It's the same thing. All of them have the same features. If you cannot get phone, in fact, I was telling someone today. Someone told me I went and paid. He mentioned the company. I went and paid 40,000 to learn graphics and design. The young boy that taught us, he did not know anything, and so on and so forth. I said, "Oh, here is your case." If I'm teaching a student, I can beat my chest and tell my students, if you pay me 40,000 to learn, before you graduate, you will make me that collected the money from you. I will also pay you that 40,000. It's as simple as that. So I teach people how to use phone and design, and I will tell them, I will pay you if you can design. Jonathan, I will get the designs for you and send them to you. As you design, pay you. So there is no big deal about having a laptop or not having a laptop. Whether you have laptop or you don't have laptop or you're using phone, it will still work. It follows the same principle. You use laptop, it follows the same principle. Laptop, you need to use mouse. You are still using mouse with your hand. Phone, you just use your finger tips, very sweet. You just be moving things, dragging. As simple as that. The second question has to do with the WootLab website. Now, it's very important. Let me even say this. Thank God it's timely. Now, going through this class without taking your assessments, in fact, let me say it's a crime. Going through this class without taking an assessment is a crime. Why? The only way you can tell us that you're learning is when you take the assessment. The assessment is not to punish you. It's just to be sure that you have learned. And the concept or the brain behind this training is to share knowledge. All right? So the only way you can help us, or in fact, the only way you can tell me thank you, is by taking your assessment. Let me be sure if what I'm telling you makes sense or it doesn't make sense. If what I'm telling you, you're okay with it or you're not okay with it. So you just take the assessment. So it's very important. But I will always advise, you can wait till the end of the class. That's on Friday. You should be taking your assessments. It's very important. On Friday, you'll be taking your assessments. Is that okay?
Okay, sir, please, since we are having 2 weeks,
yes,
for this training, so which means we only have 2 Fridays.
Yes. Okay. This Friday. Okay. From what I've explained to you, you should start beating your chest now, telling everybody that you're a designer, because by tomorrow you will design. I'm not saying magic. It's not a prophecy. It's reality. By tomorrow, all of you will design, except you don't join this class. The last training I did, one of them scored 100% because she followed the class. If you follow this class, you come online, join this class, you will score 100%. You will score from 90, 80 and above. It's good. So this is just a one-time opportunity. Just tell yourself, this 1 week, I will give myself great time for 1 week. And give yourself, and at the end, you will. One of us will design. You will design something. You will see. But you have to take assessment at the end. So this Friday, not the other Friday. Now the other 1 week is just to make you become what we call professional, pro. This week you will know everything. I will teach you everything. I'll make sure I teach you everything. From next week it will be, oh sir, I have issue in this one. How can I do it so that I will perfect it? Is that okay?
Okay.
People are chatting on the chat here. What of people that don't have laptop? Even if you don't have laptop, leave people that have laptop. Laptop is not an intimidation. You can use phone and buy laptop. Are we together?
Yes.
That's how my sense to tell people. I use my phone, work on design on my phone, collect money, and go and buy laptop. So don't feel that you don't have laptop, that you are disadvantaged. No. What we are going to design both on phone and on laptop. So if you have laptop, same thing. If you have phone, same thing. There is no difference. It's just the size. One gets big screen, one gets small screen, but they have all features. Is that okay?
Yes.
Some people like this too big. You like small things, small phone. Many person not come pursue you, say you want to collect the laptop. Use phone. You can use phone and buy laptop if you want laptop. Is that okay? Any other question?
Yes, sir.
That guy blow touch you. About this time,
Go ahead.
is it going to be only on 7 p.m. or just normal time?
The class? You mean the class?
Is it only on 7 p.m. or just normal time of the business?
That is, I am your servant. Whatever you choose, I stick to that. Okay, now that we are here together, if you feel that 7 p.m. is not okay, you can choose your time. My work is to serve you.
7 is okay.
I think we are. Please, sir. Since we have started 7 today, please let's just stick to that 7.
Okay, there is no problem.
Because we voted for this. You gave us a pool to vote, so we've done the voting, and majority carried the vote. So
Yes.
let's stick to this 7, please. With this time, it will distract us.
Let me add this one. if some of you impress me so very well, I may decide to do supplementary classes for those who will tell me that, Oga, that thing you showed me, I know, claim me. Do you understand? So it depending on, yes. So that one can be supplementary classes during the daytime or not night. Then for night we'll continue our normal classes. So if you come during the daytime and see that the chat is online, don't bother yourself. That one is for people that are having issues. They want to solve issues. Our normal time for classes is 7 p.m. dot. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question before you go?
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead and ask.
In the morning, you said about Microsoft Community Training Portal. I don't understand how to log into it, how to create an account.
Okay. Thank you very much. That matter you just raised is why we are on Telegram now. Because this issue of moving from Telegram to Microsoft, from Microsoft to different kinds of things, even if now myself, sometimes it will confuse me. So leave the Microsoft. All of us don't want to do Microsoft for now. Let us stick to this Telegram. Is that okay? No need to go and create accounts. The only place you need to be sure that you can use is the Wootlab website. I'm going to drop the link on how to. Oh, someone is saying I should unmute. Where is the former? If I just raise your hand, I will see you. Just raise your hand, I will see you and unmute you.
Okay. Sir, please, is this class every day, or just like you pick up a day to start the class, or this now?
We have started. It's every day for 5 days, Monday to Friday. Is that okay? Monday to Friday, every day for 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. 1 hour.
Okay, sir. You have not completed my question. Sir, you have not answered my question completely.
What's the question again?
About the Microsoft Community Training Portal.
I said you should leave that one. That is what we are supposed to use and do this training. So we are not using it again for now.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Because some people are listening in.
Sir, please ask question about this this thing that you just now about this creativity. You were talking about that it's something that we can create with our mind, but sometimes when we create things for people, they like the color will not seem the one that they want. So can we ask them before we do things for them, or just create it by ourselves?
God bless you. I have suffered that from customers' hand. They have dealt with me. They will tell you, go and design something for me. Meanwhile, inside their head, they have something they want to. Do you understand? But they just have to go and design. So when I discover that maybe I designed the first time, you say, no, I don't like this one. It will give me an idea that there is something you have, or you have seen something somewhere that you want. So I will tell you, okay, there's no problem. Can you show me what you want, a sample of what you want? Do you understand? And I'll use that one and design. And that's how I help myself. So depending on the person you have, some people believe in you. Whatever you will do, they will like it. In fact, I have some customers that they will tell me that whatever you design, I'm okay with it. Is that okay? Even my worst design, they will call me and tell me thank you. They even buy me drinks. Do you understand?
Can I go?
So it will be dependent on the customer you're dealing with. All right, go ahead.
Sir. Oh, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
with you, go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you.
What I want to ask is, I want to be in both graphic design and digital marketing. Is it possible to be able to take 2 courses?
It is possible, but if we are doing the courses at the same time, it becomes impossible. Do you understand? Because I don't know how you're going to be running from graphics to digital marketing. So you need to chat up the digital marketing class, what time they are doing the class. So if they are doing the class in the morning, you can join it and do in the morning. Graphics in the evening. So that's the only, I think that's the only condition you can do it, the two. But they are
write both assessment.
Yes. Each at their own space. And write it, yes.
Thank you very much. Lovely.
Immediately you write your assessment, you get your certificate. It doesn't take time, just automatically.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, please. You are saying something about sending a link about the Woods Lab website before someone interrupted you. I just want to remind you if you can drop the link after the lecture.
Sure. After this,
thank you.
We are done with the lecture for today. Tomorrow is to design. I don't have time to stress people. Big people like you don't have time to waste. They say I want to stress anybody. I want you to design.
I want to make a request.
Please, so
right.
My question, I want to ask more question, please. Concerning this, one of our sister here now just said something about join another class, like digital marketing. Please, I don't have the link to join that class. Maybe you can still help us with that link here for as many that are interested.
You will, but definitely I will talk to the team. If they have the link, they will share with me. I will share with you guys.
Okay, please. Secondly, is that secondly is this what do I call it? This MCT, this Microsoft, because I believe that we should be able to still have access to it in as much as we are using a Telegram to do the lesson or the training. Please, let us have access to it, because I believe there are other things that Microsoft have that we can as well benefit.
See, MCT was for us to use for this training, except you don't want to use you don't want us to use Telegram again. It's just a platform for us to use and do classes like this. It accepts students. You don't want to use Telegram again. So if everybody say we should not use Telegram, we'll leave it and go and use MCT.
Telegram or nothing.
Okay, with Telegram.
God bless you. So I don't want
Telegram is good. I prefer Telegram.
So if you like MCT, you can go and explore it. Okay, connect.
So would it be possible everything you taught us today for you to drop it on the platform?
Sir, please, I want to ask.
Please.
Is the only Canva that we're going to download for those of us using Android phones?
Yes, download Canva for now. Only Canva.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, please, I don't know if you can give us a rundown of the types of graphic designs, please.
I did that earlier on now. You didn't write it down?
Yeah, but I missed it.
Hey, Madam.
Sorry,
so I think it would be best if you give us a written of everything you have taught us today and paste it on the platform.
You see, I'm using a slide. I'm not writing anything down now.
Even if it's a summary for those joining now, at least.
I enjoyed last class. Okay, so what's going to happen is that this is what someone did in last class. We had someone who will choose a class rep who will be doing some class.
Oh, sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So that's that. Please go ahead and ask your question. Who wants to? Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Can you send us that slide to study? The one you use in teaching. Can you send it to us?
I will show you. Okay, sure, I can.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will drop you on the platform. You're laughing at me. Go ahead. You want to
At the
study?
beginning of the lecture, you said you are recording, and after
Yes.
the lecture, you are going to drop it for us.
I will just let me even stop the recording itself. I just pray the Let me check.
Because I believe the
One of
record should have everything we are looking for.
okay. Thank you. Let me stop the recording.
Minutes.